Bishop Rairala and Father Seelan for inviting me to this program, leadership training. We have just 1 hour, so I want to utilize the full time. Straight away, I would like to show you one video. Not the traditional way of doing this session, because everything is available on YouTube and Google today if you want to know, really want to do a little research. But my whole focus will be on Christian leadership. What is not happening now and what we need to do. We will focus on that. But before I show you this video, I want a few volunteers who think, when I say volunteers, I can also use the term leaders. There are good number of boys and girls. We will do this exercise. If you are confident, if you think that you can answer 10 questions that I am going to ask you, you can come on the stage quickly. Anybody, any boy or girl present here who is a leader, who thinks that he or she can answer 10 questions. Questions will be general knowledge. Don't worry about, mainly on politics and sports, not anything else. I'm going to ask 10 questions. If you answer all 10 questions, I'm going to give you a prize of 1,000 rupees straight away. Here, any number. If 10 people answer, 10 people will get. Quick, we don't have time. You. If they answer, they win. If they don't answer, it is not they who fail. I will consider it as you people, because none of you had courage to come forward. My session will be on you and you only. It is not enough to give you a lot of input and say this is how a leader is. You should become like Abdul Kalam, you should become like Mother Teresa, you should become like Mahatma Gandhi. It is easy to say. But what you want to become is the question. Am I capable? Am I preparing myself as a Christian? Am I preparing myself to become a good leader? Now that is the question each one of you should ask today, because you did everything perfectly. I watched you yesterday, cultural program, your singing, your prayer this morning. Everything was perfect. Timing, you come in time. But is it enough, is the question. Anyway, we will start with questions. You just need to write the answer. Okay, very simple questions. Who won the Olympic gold medal for India in Japan Olympics recently? India won Olympics gold medal in the recently held Japan Olympics. Just write the name of that person who won the Olympics in the javelin throw. I'm giving you a clue. Second question, no, not from there, because you did not come here. Only cowards do that. Sit from behind and answer. So please don't do that. You may have mobiles, you can Google and find the answer. We don't want that kind of leadership. You want to come, come. Quick, okay. Second question is, first question is, who won the Olympic gold medal for India in the recently held Japan Olympics? Next question is, if you don't know, it's okay, don't worry. We are not going to judge you on this. Next question is, which political party is ruling in Telangana? You have to name the political party that is ruling in Telangana, your own region. I am asking very basic questions. You have to write the name of the party. Which political party is ruling in Telangana now? Okay, you have to write only the answer. Next question is, Who is the Chief Justice of India? Chief Justice of India. Next question is, in which state of India, Christians are persecuted now? Churches are burned, people are killed. In which state of India it is happening? Recently, next question. India hosted a very big international event. What is the name of that event which was held in Delhi? Next question is, who is India's women's cricket team captain? India's women's cricket team captain. And the last question is, which politician was arrested in Andhra Pradesh recently? Enough, I asked a few questions. I normally ask more than 15 questions. If you think that you have answered all correct, you can give it to Sagar and go. If you think that you have answered all, I think I asked 5 or 6 questions, give it to Sagar and you can go back to your places. Sagar Kalai. Okay, give them a round of applause. Now they are the ones, people like them, who take a risk, who are bold, who are courageous, who are confident, and who think, at least who think, that they know something. They are not like people who stay behind, who are not interested in many things. So another round of applause for these leaders. Give them a round of applause. Thank you. Why this quiz before I began this session? Bishop is not here. Bishop will know better, all of us. Today, in India, we look for leaders at the national, regional, state level who are Christians with values, who can help us and the society to grow, to make this society meaningful and beautiful, to make this society peaceful, where there is no violence, but we hardly find a leader today. We are still giving the example of Mahatma Gandhi. Some of you may not even know. We are still giving the examples of Mother Teresa, Nelson Mandela. We don't have an example from our youth. Oh, this youth is excellent. That youth has done great work. We lack knowledge. I am saying it in a different way. Understand what a leader should have. We lack knowledge. What we know is only fake news, wrong things, which is not verified, which is not checked, which is not authentic. We know that. We have learned that. And we pass it on, we spread it. So like fire, it spreads. But a few questions like that, just now that I asked, we do not know. Because we do not participate in the political life anymore, we do not know what is happening in our country, we do not know what is happening in our own state, and we do not know what is happening to our community. We don't want to know. We are happy in our home, we eat 3 times a day, we go to school, our life is secured, our life is going on. That's why we are least bothered about many things that are happening around our country, our own homes. If you young people are not aware of these things, if you don't awake, days will come during our lifetime that we will be nowhere in this country. We will be thrown out. There will not be any Christian politician, there will not be any Christian judge, there will not be any government employee who is a Catholic. No, which is happening already, because church is taking care of us today. We are happy. So we need to wake up. Pope Francis says, awake, rise up, he says, rise up. And he's saying it in a very positive. The beautiful book that he wrote for young people, if it is available in Telugu, you all must read Christus Vivit. That is the document that he wrote after the synod. And it talks about leadership and nothing else, just leadership. There are two incidents that Pope Francis speaks in that book. The first one, I just want you to understand, he compares you means young people who are supposed to be vibrant, who are supposed to be enthusiastic. He says, you have become like an abandoned car or vehicle, abandoned vehicle on the road. It is sad. That vehicle is useless. Nobody cares. Nobody even looks at that vehicle. Whereas a moving vehicle, you look at it, you admire, you talk about it, which is moving. Your life has become like that abandoned car, which is useless. Pope is saying, don't become like that abandoned car. Live that kind of life, and then know people. Bishop showed you that quotation by Cardinal Tagle. Go and meet people, forgive them, learn as much as possible, and arise and awake. That is the first incident, Pope. Second one, he says, he compares your life to a person who sits in his balcony on an easy chair and he watches everything that is happening around, relaxed. He's not bothered about anything. He's just relaxing there. And if you are one of those young persons, boys, girls, now is the time to awake. Now is the time to do something. Time is short. You read that. Time is very short. We don't know how long we are going to live, and that is why as Christian and all the more as Catholic youth, you are not kids. When are you going to become leader? If I ask you this question, don't tell me after I finish graduation, after I get a good job, after I become a priest, or after I become a politician. No. You have to become leader now. Now, here, in this place, and go empowered back to your parish, home, and show that you are a leader, already a leader, and with qualities of Christian values. I am not talking about many qualities, I will show you that, but I am not talking about all those, but I am talking about Christian values that we all must have. I hope you all follow Hindi. I would like to show you a short video of this boy. He is not a Catholic, but he is much more than a Catholic of your age. I am showing you a video of a boy of your age. He speaks in Hindi. Now you see how he has become a leader. What kind of transformation has taken place after attending a program which was conducted by our CCBI or Youth Commission or YCS, YSM, and there is also an organization called USM.
Respected fathers, sisters, teachers, and all my dear friends. सबसे पहली बात, Good morning USM. Good morning. और तेज, Good morning USM. Good morning. ऐसे ही, चलिए अच्छा मैं अब आपको बताता हूँ कि आया हूँ और मैं कक्षा 9वीं का एक छात्र हूँ। USM मतलब यूनिवर्सल सॉलिडारिटी मूवमेंट। यह एक चमकता ऐसा मूवमेंट है जिसके बारे में मैं एक्सप्रेस नहीं कर सकता। ये इतना अच्छा है, इतना अद्वितीय है। सबसे अच्छा मतलब अभी तक कहीं भी कैंप में या कहीं भी मैं गया हूँ तो सबसे अच्छी चीज अगर जो मुझे लगी है तो वो है USM। USM हमें बहुत कुछ चीजें सिखाता है। हम जो एनलाइटेड 7 दिवसीय ट्रेनिंग प्रोग्राम के लिए इंदौर गए थे, उसमें फादर वर्गीस, फादर कुन्नत, नीतू मैम और बाकी जितने भी USM का स्टाफ मेंबर्स हैं, सब लोगों ने हमें बहुत कुछ चीजें सिखाई। हमें उन्होंने टाइम मैनेजमेंट, सेल्फ डेवलपमेंट, अपना काम खुद करना, ये सब चीजें भी सिखाई। यहाँ पे तो वो हो नहीं रहा है, पर जब हम USM गए थे तो एक चीज बहुत नई लगी थी। अच्छा, आप लोग बताइए कि आप लोगों में से बहुत ही कम लोग ऐसे होंगे जो घर पे अपने कपड़े या अपनी प्लेट्स खुद धोते होंगे, है ना? मैं सही बोल रहा हूँ ना? तो फिर USM में हम लोगों ने अपने प्लेट्स, कपड़े आदि खुद धोना सीखा। तो ये एक USM की अलग बात है। सॉलिडारिटी दिखाना, यूनिवर्सल सॉलिडारिटी मूवमेंट। यूनिवर्सल मतलब चारों तरफ फैला हुआ, और सॉलिडारिटी मतलब जो हमारे ऐसे लोग हैं जिनको दिन में एक बार भी खाना नसीब नहीं है, जो बेचारे फटे पुराने कपड़े पहनकर घूमते हैं, उनके साथ हमें सॉलिडारिटी दिखाना चाहिए। हमें अगर हम होते उनकी जगह तो वो उनकी बदनसीबी है जो वो ऐसी जगह पैदा हुए हैं। अगर हम होते उनकी जगह तो हम भी कुछ उन्हीं की तरह घूम रहे होते। हमें उनको पूछना नहीं चाहिए कि ये लोग तो बिल्कुल मेहनत नहीं करते हैं। तो ये चीज हमें USM ने सिखाई। और एक चीज जो मैं आपको बताना कभी नहीं भूल सकता वो है USM ने मुझे निर्णय शक्ति दी है। मतलब जैसे कि 4 दोस्त हैं, अच्छा मान लीजिए 4 लोग हैं, उनमें से मुझे दोस्ती करनी है, तो मुझे कैसे पता चलेगा कि उनमें से अच्छा कौन सा है, बुरा कौन सा है? ऐसा निर्णय करने की शक्ति कि मुझे ये काम करना चाहिए क्या, ये चीज बहुत महंगी है, इसे खरीदना चाहिए क्या, मैं इसे नहीं खरीदूंगा तो क्या होगा, ये सब USM ने मुझे सिखाया। अच्छा, मैं आपको एक बात बताना चाहूंगा कि मुझे एनिमल्स बहुत पसंद है, मुझे जानवरों का बहुत ज्यादा शौक है। तो USM से जुड़ने से पहले मैंने अगर हमारे घर पे कूलर है तो कूलर में गिलहरियां, छोटी छोटी गिलहरियां रहती थी, तो उससे पहले अगर मैंने कभी भी गिलहरियां पाली हैं तो सिर्फ अपने शौक के लिए पाली हैं, क्योंकि मैं उनको ये समझता था कि ये तो मेरे एंटरटेनमेंट के लिए है। पर जब से मैं USM से जुड़ा तो जिस प्रकार एक आदमी को फ्रीडम चाहिए उस प्रकार उन जानवरों को भी तो फ्रीडम चाहिए। अगर हम किसी को कैद करके रख लेंगे, जैसे मान लीजिए मैंने किसी एक आदमी को कैद करके रख लिया एक छोटे से पिंजरे में, तो क्या सोचेगा वो? उसकी कैसी फीलिंग होगी? यही कुछ फीलिंग्स जानवरों की भी होती हैं। इसीलिए मैं ज्यादातर ऐसे चिड़िया या गिलहरी ये सब मैंने पालना बंद कर दिया है, क्योंकि इनको पिंजरे में रखना पड़ता है। और अगर मेरे को कभी कोई घायल गिलहरी या ऐसा कुछ मिलता है तो मैं उसकी जरूर मरहम पट्टी करके उसको थोड़े बहुत दिन रखता।
Okay, I'm not going to show you the whole thing. It is 1 or 2 more minutes. Hope you understood. Is there anyone who doesn't follow Hindi? What he was saying quickly, I would like to summarize. What he said, that he has learned a lot of things being part of the movement. You are here for a camp, for a training program. If you don't learn something and go, it's a big waste. This boy is a doctor today. This was, I think, beginning of 2000. This was done. Today is a doctor, MBBS doctor. He runs a clinic. He takes care of a lot of people. He doesn't charge if somebody is not able to pay. That is leadership. He takes care of environment. He knows it is necessary. That is leadership. He takes care of animals and he knows the importance of that, and that is leadership. Leadership does not mean that I know these are the qualities so I behave like that. No. Leadership is much more, it has to be part of my system, my culture. It is not enough that I have knowledge, but I need to also practice it. Now that is what he does. He learned it, and then today he is practicing it. The next one that you are going to view now is the question that we ask: why we fail? Leaders, if we say we are leaders, why do we fail? Now this will help you to understand. You can write down, if you want to write down some points. We are taught traditionally, all of us, that you should not fail. Your parents will punish you, your teachers will punish you. Sometimes we, principals, managers, priests, sisters, religious, we punish you if you are in a hostel. So you shouldn't fail. If you fail, what happens? You start crying, you get depressed. A lot of things happen. I don't want to explain, because everything that happens everywhere in the country may not be relevant to you. Because I notice, I look at you, it looks different, it is nice here, the whole culture is different. But that can happen to you the moment you go to Hyderabad, you go to Bangalore, you go to Delhi for higher studies. You never know how life is there. So unless you are prepared to know why we fail, now these are the reasons, and for a good leader, you need to have the opposite of this. When I say lack of persistence, a leader should have persistence as a quality. So what is lack of persistence? More people fail not because they lack knowledge. All of you have good knowledge, and today knowledge is available on Google anytime, any subject, you just Google it, you get the knowledge. It is not because of talent, but because they quit. We give up easily today. In Japan, there is a sickness today. You can Google and do a little research later. The sickness is called hikikomori. 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 This is the name of a sickness in Japan. Now this sickness is catching up with young people, especially of your age, teenagers. This sickness is very dangerous. It is catching up now slowly in Korea, in China, some places, and I have seen people in India are also affected by this sickness called hikikomori. What does this mean? This simply means that a young teenager, boy or a girl, who withdraws, who does not meet parents, friends, anybody, sits in a room for years, not days or hours, years, and just lives a solitary or single life inside his room. Everything is done inside. He needs his food inside, he plays, he does everything there, but he doesn't want to face the world. Read more about this sickness, you will understand if you are also becoming or getting that kind of sickness slowly. The technology today, the system outside is forcing us, and that is where we quit. I don't want to meet anybody. I don't want to face the challenge. I don't want to work. I don't want to do anything. You can't become a leader. So persistence is important. So people quit. They have knowledge. I have seen doctors after studying like MBBS, engineering, people have quit because they didn't, because studying is easy. You sit in a college and get your degree is easy, but when you go there, like people are working there down, look at them. How are they working? Is there a leader there? There is one engineer, there may be a supervisor, a manager. There are a lot of people, there are leaders there. They have their qualities, hard work, outside there. It is not easy. Now, if one of them thinks that, no, I cannot do this, let me quit. He has knowledge, he has talent, but he does not have persistence. A leader should have this quality. The total secret of success lies in two words: persistence and resistance. Resist when wrong people come into your life, when negative influence comes into your life. Persist in what must be done and resist what ought not to be done. There are certain things we know we shouldn't do, but a temptation comes that nothing happens, it's okay. So keep that in mind. When problems seem insurmountable, quitting seems to be the easiest way out. As you grow, my dear young friends, more problems will come. If somebody tells you, no, everything will be okay once you get a job, once you marry, no. There will be lot of problems, and in the modern day, present world, problems are much more than that we faced when we were of your age. Don't think that problems will be finished, over. No. There will be more problems, difficulties, but you need to challenge, but don't quit. A leader does not quit. That is the lesson that you need to learn. Next. Winners are stuck but not destroyed. We all have had setbacks in life. Failing does not mean we are failures. Remember, you failed in one subject, two subjects. That is not the end of everything. A leader thinks differently. A leader does things differently, and we have several examples. I don't want to give you. Benjamin Franklin, read their biographies. Benjamin Franklin, Thomas Alva Edison, they will give you examples of what a failure really means, but how to resist, persist, and not quit and move ahead. And then today they are considered as the greatest leaders in science and politics. Next. Second one. The first one is lack of persistence. The second one is lack of conviction. Most of us lose on this. People who lack conviction take the middle of the road, and guess what happens in the middle of the road? We are neither there nor here. That is what called no conviction. I am not convinced about my own life as a leader. I am not convinced about this life. I am not convinced about my studies. I am not convinced about values. I am not convinced. So where do I go? I take a middle path, and that is where I get destroyed. You get run over if you do that. People without conviction do not take a stand. If you are one of them, you need to change. A leader cannot be like that. A leader has to take a stand, especially when things are not in your favor. When you are working for a group of people, you need to take stand. Politically today, socially, we need leaders. Like we have priests, we have religious sisters, bishops. Because you will not be appreciated sometimes, but it is okay. I am convinced, I take a stand. If whatever difficulties, challenges come, I am willing to face. They go along to get along because they lack confidence and courage. The qualities of a leader, confidence and courage. I said those who came here, they had confidence and courage. I appreciate them. But they failed, it's okay. I do not know. I need to still check the answers. Even if they failed, it's okay. But they attempted. That will give them confidence. That might also give them a little more conviction that I need to study a little more. And next time they will be successful in life. Next, they conform in order. These are people who lack conviction. They conform in order to get accepted, even when they know that what they are doing is wrong. They behave like part of a herd. You know how people do. I make a mistake, I want others to accept my mistake and live in my mistake. I am a failure, I make other people accept that. That is not conviction. Conviction is deciding for myself and taking a stand. Next. Third one is rationalizing. You know what is rationalizing? Giving excuses. In simple words, rationalizing means using my mind. So I failed in exam because questions were very tough. Excuse. I failed in exam because there was some problem in the school or teacher did not teach properly. Excuses. That is called rationalizing. I rationalize. What it means? Winners may analyze but never rationalize. If you want to become a leader, you need to analyze. Analysis is reflection. What actually happened? Did I prepare for my exam? Did I prepare for one sports event? That is analyzing. Did I spend 1 hour a day to prepare? You analyze and you find an answer, no, I didn't do. Then you start doing it. But if you rationalize, oh no, teacher did not properly, you will not make any attempt to get over that problem that you faced. That is the loser's game. Losers always have a book full of excuses to tell you why they could not. If you are one of them, my dear young friends, correct it now. We all have this problem. Even I as a priest, I find an excuse if I am not able to do something, if I am not able to reach on time. I always give an excuse. We need to get over that. How do we get over, or what kind of excuses we normally give? We give excuses like, I am unlucky. People say this. I am born under the wrong stars. My luck, my destiny. I am not good looking. There are boys and girls both. They always have a reason. I am not good looking, so I cannot do this. Who said you are not good looking? All of us are good looking because God has created us in His own image and likeness. If we were all looking similar, then that is not called beauty. Okay? Uniformity is not beauty. All should look alike, all should have same hairstyle, same kind of face. Then there is no beauty. Beauty is in variety. That is very important. So never give such excuses. I don't have contacts. Sometimes later people keep saying, oh, he has good contacts, I don't have, so that's why I failed. I don't have enough money. The economy is bad. If only I had the opportunity. If only I didn't have a family. The list can go on. These are excuses people normally give when they rationalize. Next one, fourth one is when we fail. When do we fail? When we don't learn from our past mistakes. Yesterday I said, you are allowed to make mistakes. As young people, make mistakes. Fail, no problem. All of us say this today. But don't live in your failure. Don't live in the mistake that you made. You must always learn from your mistake. I made this mistake last time. This time I want to change. For example, if I reach late for a program because I did not calculate my time, I reached late, it was really bad. So next time I plan, I go in advance, I correct my mistake. Now that is important for you. Some people live and learn and some only live. Wise people learn from their mistakes. A leader learns from his mistakes. Keep that in mind. Next. People who do not learn lessons from history are doomed. Failure is a teacher if we have the right attitude. I said failure is a teacher. A teacher teaches you to get over the failure. Similarly, you made a mistake, you failed, but then you learned lessons to get over that. Failure is a detour. Detour means when I go this way, if the road is blocked here, I take another way and move ahead. So it does not mean it is a dead end. So now I need to go back. No. I need to find a way and move. How water flows. Water never returns. Have you seen water returning? Water never returns. It finds its way and goes ahead. So that is how we need to face our failures. It is a delay, not a defeat. You may not get, good marks this year, but maybe next year you will pass in flying colors. A little delay, but never a defeat. Experience is the same we give to our mistakes. Had Thomas Alva Edison given up first, second, third attempt, he would not have become a great scientist today. Because of his invention, today more inventions have taken place. Because of the knowledge. It got delayed. When he started, it got delayed. But he succeeded. It never ended. It's easy for me to give you examples, but unless you think and start practicing, we will always get into this mode of giving excuses. Fifth one is, now these are, the opposite of all these are qualities of a leader. I am trying to tell you in a different way. Why do we fail? When we don't have discipline. When we don't have discipline. There are 3 D's that I normally talk about, which other 2 are not mentioned. First one is dedication, second one is determination, and third one is discipline. These are qualities a leader should have always. What is determination? That I am determined to do something, and then to achieve that, I dedicate my time and I prepare a plan which is called discipline. Do you have discipline? Ask this question. How much time? How many are using mobile? How many in this group know how to use mobile? Just raise your hands, I want to know. How many have a mobile phone? You own a mobile phone? Nobody has a mobile phone here? Yeah, good number. Down. Now ask this question. How much time, screen time, is spent every day? 4 hours, 5 hours? You need to ask this question. That is not discipline. Do you have a timetable prepared for your personal studies, to contact friends, to do little research on the net? Now, when there is no discipline like that, you will always fail. Discipline is very important. Ask sports persons, especially the top, those winners. Now, those sports persons or coaches will tell you. We had Sindhu, the badminton player. If you read her story, how her coach, who was her coach? Gopi? Now, what kind of timetable he prepared for her? You read, it is there on the Google. How many hours of practice, what kind of food, what kind of discipline she had to practice. That is important if you want to succeed. Anyone who has accomplished anything worthwhile has never done so without discipline. So discipline is very important for a leader. Without discipline, we are big failures. Next. Discipline takes self-control. Now these are qualities of a leader. Self-control, sacrifice, and avoid distractions and temptations. It means staying focused. Steam does not move the engine unless it is confined. If you know, the Niagara Falls would not generate power unless it were harnessed. That means a vehicle can go very fast. I can drive very fast when I am sure there is a brake. Now that is called discipline. Without brake also I can go very fast. Then what happens to me? You know, I need not explain. There is lot of energy elsewhere. The examples there. There is lot of energy in me. But that is not enough. I may have a brilliant mind. I have a good physique. But it's not enough. I need to discipline it. You look at the army people, soldiers, they are disciplined. They have a timetable. They get up in the morning. Now, I don't think most of us get up at 6 o'clock, 5:30 even. If your school is far, maybe a different case. Or if you are given freedom, I don't think that is the discipline that we have. Anytime we get up, anytime we eat, any rubbish we eat, anytime we play, anytime we sleep. I know young people how they are. 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock. Mobile phone is on 24/7. Music is plugged in always when you sleep, travel. That is not discipline. If that is discipline in the modern world, you need to check. I don't consider that as discipline. There should be time to listen to music. There should be time to play. There should be time to text. Of course, that has become part of our life, but how much time? So keep that in mind. That is very important. Why do people fail? Because they have poor self-esteem. Self-esteem in itself a subject. We can take a class on self-esteem alone. Poor self-esteem is a lack of self-respect. You need to have self-confidence, but you also need to have self-respect. Unless you have respect for yourself, you cannot have respect for others. It leads to abuse of oneself and others. That is called poor self-esteem. What it means? People with poor self-esteem are constantly looking for identity. Identity. Fake sometimes. They are trying to find themselves. Oneself is not to be found, but it has to be created. That is where you imitate someone. Okay? Today, I must give you some examples. Running short of time, but quickly. In Delhi, a boy of I think 16, 17 years old, he killed his parents recently. Why is the question? Why? Were they punishing him? No, they were not punishing him. He wanted to create an identity. What kind of identity? Identity like I am a don, I am a bad man. People should be scared of me. That is the identity he wanted to create. It came in the newspaper. You must read newspaper as leaders. That's why unless you have knowledge, you will not be able to compare. Now this boy, he confessed this to the police. He said, I wanted to have that kind of identity. I wanted to post it on Instagram and Facebook with a picture of gun. He posted. Now, he knew that police will catch him. They caught him. He's in the juvenile, this one now, custody. But you see the mind, poor self-respect, self-esteem. Now that is not the identity. Identity is a Christian identity that I have. God has created me. God has given me this life. He has created me in His own image and likeness. He has created me to love Him. Now that is my self-identity. Now then I have the teachings. I need to love my neighbor. I need to serve my people. I need to do a lot of things. Now that creates my identity. See, it has to be created. I create it myself. I don't create a false identity of myself, a negative identity, but rather a positive identity. Next. Idleness and laziness. Now these are two things that our young people have plenty of it. We are lazy today, are we not? Some tell me, okay, here and there, Father, you live with young people, you are very energetic. Because you live with young people, I tell them rubbish, wrong. I don't become young because I live with young people. I don't believe in this principle anymore. If you can challenge that. Why? Because young people get up at 9 o'clock. I get up at 6 o'clock. I work till 11 o'clock. I spend 2 hours maximum on mobile. Young people are there full time. Young people don't play at all. They don't know. They don't have friends, physical friends. They have all virtual friends. They are living in a very, very wrong, notion of life they have. Now I don't become young anymore. I need to play. I need to get up early. I need to do a little prayer. I need to visit people. I need to meet them. I need some exercise. But ask young people whether they are doing it. Now 120, 130, whatever is your number, I'm sure 100 people are not doing this. Because our mobile has taken our full time. This gadget has spoiled. By the time you are 18, 19, you are obese. You know obese, what does it mean? You don't know, you cannot run. You cannot run. You cannot sit longer. You cannot squat anymore. You have depression. Then how do I become young? A young boy or a girl who should be fit, energetic, enthusiastic, has depression, has anxiety, has suicidal tendencies, has 101 problems. You don't become young. You need to keep these in mind. Laziness. These are consequences of poor self-esteem. I told you about the sickness. This is the one. And so is making excuses. Idleness is like rust and eats into the most brilliant metal. When your mind is idle, when you are lazy, all the gifts that God has given us, they will catch rust. Because we are brilliant. By birth, we are all created equals. There is no brilliant or poor or wise, and all that is not there. We make ourselves as we grow. The seventh one is fatalistic attitude. What does it mean? Next. It prevents people from accepting responsibility for their position in life. They attribute success and failure to luck. They resign themselves to their fate. Many today young people do this, and it is very unfortunate. Anything that happens, it was luck, it was destiny. There is no God in our life. I pray and I am confident that God will do this for me. I have this conviction, confidence, and then I do things and I attribute that to God and my hard work. I worked hard. If I pass, get 80%, 90%, I thank God and I am confident that I worked hard. I don't say, it was luck, question paper was very easy. It is not luck. I need to work hard. Maybe because I worked hard, my question paper seemed very easy. I got first prize in something because I worked hard. But then after working hard, it became very easy for me, but I worked hard. That is important. So don't have fatalistic attitude for your failures especially. People also have them for their success, but mostly for the failures. Next. They believe and accept the predestined future written in their horoscope or stars, and regardless of their effort, whatever has to happen will happen. I have a friend. He is working somewhere. He earns good money. But he is always worried about his star. He compares. Another person who has not even done graduation, he earns in lakhs, he compares his life to another. See, this man, he is younger to me. He has not done anything, but he owns some good car. Another person owns a big house. I don't have. Well, that is God's will, destiny, and he gives up. Try to motivate him, but it doesn't work. Now, if you are one of them, you need to correct it, because there is no destiny like that. Hard work has no shortcut. God also supports, or we say, those people who are hardworking. If you don't work and then only pray, say, God, come to my aid, God will not come. That will not happen. So you need to work hard. It has to complement. Next. Hence, they never put in any effort, and complacency becomes the way of life. They wait for things to happen rather than make things happen. They don't make things happen. That is very unfortunate. You wait for things to happen. If they happen, okay, good. If they don't happen, destiny or luck. Next. Now that presentation, I did not tell you in the beginning, it was by Shiv Khera, famous trainer. Now when Shiv Khera comes and takes, he charges big money. He goes, have you heard about Shiv Khera? You must read his books. A famous man who takes, now these are his, that's why it is there. You can win. There is a book by Shiv Khera. Now whole resource that I gave is from his book. Now, if you want to become a leader, I will conclude. I just have another 5 minutes left. I wanted to do a lot of things, a workshop, a game and all that, but time is limited. But never mind. We are Catholic youth. This is my final message to you. I spoke about, I have another presentation where lot of qualities, say about 50 qualities of leader, and I summarized it in the presentation, and you can, as I said, Google, you will get different types of leadership, qualities of leadership, 3 types, 4 types. Don't worry about those things. Those are not important. God has given us a quality, and each one present here is a leader. Now that has to be nurtured. You need to nurture it yourself. You may be singing in your parish choir. You may be leader in your catechism. Maybe you are also in charge of Vices YSM somewhere. Maybe part of youth group, organizing a lot of activities. Now these are small opportunities, little opportunities as leaders. You have come here itself is a big thing for me, because you wanted to become a leader or wanted to learn a little more about leadership. Good. But what is next? What is our problem today? No, we are comfortable. Church takes care of us. That's why when I called those people, gave some questions, we are not making an attempt from our side to do something more. It is sad that in India we do not have a Catholic politician today like earlier day. We have small people from some states, I'm not talking about them, but we don't have one good leader to say. In judiciary, of course, because of quota there is one Christian always, but otherwise how many good lawyers? We don't have. We don't have entrepreneurs in India, businessmen and all. You always hear about Tata, Ambani, Adani, XYZ. We don't hear about a Christian entrepreneur, a businessman. We don't have. Why? Because we are not interested. We are like the frog in the well, happy. You are here in Srikakulam. I am happy with my parents. Later, I will get married here. I will find a job, happy. Do I explore? Do I have that willingness to take up the challenge? I want to do something. As I said, in CCBI, we talk about IAS, IPS, UPSC. We want people in police, in judiciary, in civil law. We want to see our leaders, because you can feel goodness in the society. Feeling goodness means that when I am present, I go as a Catholic priest. My values are different. I tell them something about peace, justice, something else, whereas someone else is not saying. Now, if you don't use an opportunity to do this, feeling goodness in the society, society is becoming sick day by day. It is already become sick. Today on the internet, there is only about violence, about ill feelings, hatred. Anything that you type, it's only that. Politics has become evil. Judiciary has become evil. Journalism has become bad. So who will fill goodness into these systems? Only you and I, as Catholic youth, we can do. We need to take up these challenges. We cannot be complacent. We cannot be lazy. We cannot be indisciplined. These are the qualities we need to acquire and then stand out. One leader can make a difference. Jesus was one. He changed the whole world. Then he chose just 12. Those 12 changed the whole world. Now if one of you decide to do something, you can change the society. I can change the society. Now that should be the conviction that I need to have to become a good leader. And finally, there was one Cardinal Cardine Joseph. He's the inspiration for our youth ministry. He used to say, what do you do when you see water is polluted in the pond or a lake and fish is dying? What do you do? What do you do? You take the fish. Normally, people think, I take the fish out of that water and put it in a fresh water. You will kill the fish. Fish cannot live without water. Rather, Cardinal says, you pour more good water into the polluted water so that the fish will survive. That will be your and my responsibility, because this society today needs leaders to fill more good water into the polluted system. You and I can add that water, and then you will see people surviving or doing something meaningful. Thank you very much, and God bless you.
Dear friends, Father has mentioned the leaders in the history like Mahatma Gandhi, Mother Teresa, and all these people, but we don't find any youth in the history for a model. And he has also mentioned about the Pope saying, don't be like a condemned car, but a moving car. So many points with youth, what you should not be and how you should be, especially with the discipline, and from the bottom of his heart, all his experience, his love for youth, he has expressed. We give him a great applause of clap.
We are really privileged. మీరు చాలా అదృష్టవంతులు. ఎందుకంటే ఫాదర్ గారు చెప్పినట్లుగా, I don't know whether father has taken any class in Andhra Telangana regions. Yeah, you have taken first time. Okay, here first time. And coming from all the way Delhi, I am really taken up by the last point. Explore the world. Not only the youth, I am telling to my priest also. Go out from Srikakulam and see the world. Learn the languages. And they are also telling like you. No, my lord, I will stay in Srikakulam. Give me a small parish. I will work here only. I am not telling. This is today. You need to know the world. Very good. Thank you very much for your
Support.
Lordship,